my name is Anna, or Anna G Writes and Reads. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back, depending on when you're watching this. I need to get organized with my books. I know these shelves look kind of okay. I am not changing the vinyl today, anything like that, but because it is March and I've done 2 months of readings, I definitely have some books that I want to highlight on my already read shelf, and I have some other books that I want to move around on my TBR shelf. And even though this looks nice behind me, I'm looking at a mess kind of all around me. So I want to bring you with as we get organized, I guess kind of do some spring cleaning in a sense, and give these shelves just a little bit of a book makeover. I might change the vinyl colors come April after the first quarter of the year is done, but today we're just collecting all my books, reorganizing the shelves because I kind of want a new look. All right, we're turning off the ring lights because I think it's just going to make it look worse as I'm going through it. But let me show you exactly what I mean by I have like a whole mess around me. Okay, we have a cooler with nothing in it. Books on the floor, more books, more books. So I really need to get it organized, which is exactly what the purpose of this video is. My shelves have also kind of looked like this for 2 months, and I'm still good with the colors, but I want to change around how the books look, especially now that I have a better idea, I feel like, of what I want to read the next few months. I think these books I'm just gonna leave over here because these are books that I want to sell and get rid of. I have these Percy Jackson books. These I just need to put on a TBR shelf. These, I've read the first 3, and so the other 2 need to go on my TBR shelf. So we're gonna move all of these over. And I'm going to stack them like this so I make myself reorganize the books before I film any more content. So these are my least 2 favorite physical books that I own. I use them a lot in TikTok content when I am trying to do a funny video about books I don't like. So these 2 I do want easily accessible. These are just different editions. I have extras and specials already. So I think I'm going to put that in the to be sold pile. And then this book I've read and just needs to go back on my red shelf. There's another book over here. This is a book I gave 2 stars, so I kind of used that again for not my favorite books, but I like it more than I did An Abundance of Catherines and Where the Crawdads Sing. Where the Crawdads Sing, Taylor Swift definitely influenced me to read the book because she made a song for the movie, and I just owned An Abundance of Catherines for a long time, but they're both 1-star reads for me. Okay, that's a Harry Potter book I threw for a TikTok and just never picked up. So we got to figure out, where he belongs. How to Excavate a Heart. I've read it, was one of my favorite reads of last year. The Housemaid, also a book that I've read, is a really good thriller book. We have Blade Breaker and Realm Breaker here that, again, I've already read. So we're going to make that pile. I think I've read everything in this pile. This first book is Magnolia Parks. We have Bloodmarked, the 8th Pendragon book that I randomly filmed a video with. Then we have Legendborn. So all of those are read. I can't lift that stack with one hand, so I'm going to put you down for a second. Okay, we're good with all of those there. There are more books on the floor. I'll move my work phone. We just finished reading Daisy Hates for my February readathon and buy the book. So these are recently just read books. Let's check out this stack over here. So 7 Days in June, I plan to read alongside Kingdom of the Wicked, I think in May. Before I Let Go is what I'm going to read this month, so we're going to put that in a different place. Housemaid's Secret I've already read. The Inheritance Game I've also already read. This is my keepsake book that I actually wrote. I don't know what I want to do with this. I'm debating querying it right now or potentially self-publishing it. I don't know. I really liked it. So maybe it'll go on my shelf. Okay, so then we have this empty box. I debated using it for decoration. I might still, but it's kind of broken. Not a surprise. Insurgent, I've read. The Silent Patient, I've read. This is a second copy I have of the selection, so this might be for sale. I did just throw it on the floor. The Lightning Thief, I've read that. And which one is this? The 5th one. Yeah, so I have all the original covers and all of these covers of Percy Jackson. So we might find a way to organize those and make those fun. I did pick this up off the floor and I'm putting it in the to be sold pile. So it's not on the floor anymore. So we're really doing a good job of getting organized. Okay, where I threw the box, I threw it intentionally because I have the Cruel Prince box, which I was using for decoration. But since I'm reading the Cruel Prince this month, I took it off my shelf. So we're gonna put those in my Valentine's little book box. And then this is the 10th Pendragon book, which I used in a TikTok a while ago and never put back. So now the fun part is we're gonna go around my house and find the other books that I have everywhere because I leave trails, because I'm a little trail girl. I'm going to take this with me because I'm gonna put all of my March TBR books, I think, upstairs somewhere. I don't know, we'll decide when we get up there. One book is spotted downstairs on the treadmill desk, 100 Other Girls. This was a pretty good one, so I've already read this book and I just need to put her back on the shelf. These are a bunch of other books that, again, I think I'm gonna sell, so those can stay there. Not me not organizing in my organization video. Oops. Okay, I do the 365 days of books on my YouTube shorts. So I have all these that I was making content with, but by the time this is out, I would have finished that content like a while ago. So need to put those back. These I don't think I'm selling the hardcovers for because I think these are gorgeous and I actually want to get the hardcover of Red Queen to kind of finish the set. So before I venture anywhere else, we're moving these all back. I think I'm running out of room on my red shelf, so we're gonna have to make some tough choices today. Okay, so these books here, don't hate me, I rip pages out of these books to use in backgrounds of photos and videos. I know, I'm a monster, but I don't think anyone's gonna buy these books. I did read them all in college. They were like college books, so I think it's fine. All right, in here I spot a book. How fun. Life and Death, Twilight Reimagined. I actually really liked this book, and the rest of my Twilight books are white, and this is the only black covered one, so I do think it's a little unique. Okay, I knew there was a book over here. I have this Light Lark copy, but it's signed, so I put it by all my other Taylor Swift signed stuff, and I already have a copy of Light Lark on my shelf, so I think I'm just gonna leave this here. I definitely don't need to show that I have 2 copies of Light Lark, which was actually an accident because I paid to go to the signing at Anderson's bookstore, and I thought you just had to pay to go to the signing. I didn't know you were getting a book when you paid for the signing. So I had already ordered Light Lark off of Amazon because I thought you needed to read it before you go to these signings. But I think because the signing happened so quick after the book release, Alex Astor wasn't expecting anyone to have read it, and I read it before. And when I raised my hand to be like, yep, I read it, it was me and like 2 other people. So learn for next time if I go to a signing at Anderson's. Alrighty, we have some books on the table here. These I want to read in March. This is also a book that was on my February TBR. Didn't finish it, so it's carrying over to March. We have Girl with the Louding Voice and the American Roommate Experiment. These were supposed to be for the readathon, but I ended up buddy reading. And then under this, The Tree of Knowledge is also a book that I've read, and I helped the author find the blurb, so he signed it. I also didn't know that the other books in this series were out, so I definitely want to get those. This is my current read, so it's staying here because I like to read here. I have these 2 boxes. I don't know what I want to do with the boxes, so I think I'm just going to take them with us, and we can decide later. One's for the Blood Like Magic duology, and the other is for the Inheritance games. So these books upstairs are ones that I actually do want to eventually read. This was my husband's favorite book series as a kid, so I do want to read it. He has it bought in case he wants to start rereading it, but I might end up reading it. And I'm so sorry for any noise. Let me show you him. Here's Bear. He was playing with his hamburger. So that you might hear that because I'm not the best at audio editing, but maybe one day I will get better. All right, on the floor is the 3rd Harry Potter. You're coming with me. I see another book in my pile of stuff. The 4th Percy Jackson. This will also come with me. So this was everything that came from checking around upstairs because I'm leaving my March TBR upstairs to read. So I think now we can officially start reorganizing. So these top shelves are the main ones that are in all of my videos. So I want to focus on these first. I'm going to sort the books officially into what I've read and what I haven't read. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so we have everything organized on the shelves. And now it's time to determine what I want to be seen and what I want kind of out of the way. So there are shelves under this that have my TBR for the future years. That was a separate video. Another video before was organizing my like even longer term TBR shelf over there. So these are really the main shelves that are seen in videos. And this shelf, I'm going in with the goal of prioritizing kind of top to bottom what I'm going to read soonest, what I'm going to read later this year, or even what I'm going to read next year. So that's kind of the goal with this, and I feel like that's easier to tackle because I don't want to decide what to get rid of from this shelf. So we're going to start over here. Okay, so I think this is what the new shelf is going to be. Here's what I'm thinking is April, I kind of want to read these, May for these, June for these. These are ones that I'm waiting to buddy read, so I'm kind of like leaving them on their own. But this will be like 3 months of books. I do plan to get the second to Iron Widow as well, but that doesn't come out till the very end of May, so that's why I'm putting it with June. And then July, I'm thinking this maybe, little Maybird series plus a standalone. Then August, another series plus a standalone. And then September, I think it would be fun to do self-published September because these are all my self-published books. So I want to put them all in a row. For October, I'm thinking the Hush Hush series, throwing in maybe a graphic novel or a standalone. November, we kind of have like these books to choose from. And then these are duologies. I plan to get the second one for this. This, I don't know if it's just a duology or a series, so that's why I kind of put it with these. Duology for Duology December. And then I have the Percy Jackson books because I should be reading along with it to follow the Newest Olympian podcast, but I'm kind of behind, so I want to put those there to remind myself to read it. So with all the Percy Jackson books that I have here, which is all of these books minus the top ones, I don't know when I'm going to get to these, so I feel like I got to put those on my longer TBR shelf since I do want to follow the podcast and read along. For the 100th Queen series, I feel like I can put that back on my second string TBR down below, so that's the shelf we're going to tackle next. So this is my second string TBR, the books that I want to get to the soonest off my TBR, and so I want to put the 100th Queen series down here. And then as you see, we have room to add more, so I'm going to grab books from our longer TBR shelf. This is my very longer term TBR shelf. Like I said, I've already done a video on it. I have about this much space on my other shelf over there. So I want to pull Search Party. This sounds really good, and I might even read it this year, depending on how the rest of my shelf goes. I want to pull Enchantment of Ravens. I've heard a lot of good things about this recently, even though it was published a while ago. And then I'm going to grab this duology. I really want, this is the second one. This is the first one. I really want the covers to match. One day, maybe. I also think the edges are cool. I'm also going to take these over there. Okay, so I don't have that much room left, but I am going to pull the first 2 Unwanted books because I do want to read these, and so I want to start moving that whole series over to more of my like priority shelf. And then the Percy Jackson books are just going to go right on here. And now we're looking good. All right, we have our second string shelf done. And then there's this. This is where I've kept the books that I've read that I don't necessarily want to have in the background of my videos because I do have limited space. And looking at how many books are up there, I hope this is enough to store whatever books I'm not keeping. So my strategy going into this shelf is I really want to have books that, one, I've recently read, or 2, that I just really, really love and I feel like represent me as a reader and I want to keep on my shelf. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm going to try and fix this situation with. I have 2 stacks of books up here that you can't see, but I don't know if there's even a point to have stacks of books up here. So I might move some of these down, but we're going to see. I really want to talk about in a way what books I want to keep up here and which ones I don't necessarily. So the Harry Potter books, I grew up loving these as a kid. J.K. Rowling is just too problematic of an author anymore. I think it's important to have conversations about her and the series, and trying to, show people that we really shouldn't be giving money to her anymore. I bought all of these secondhand. I had to read them in college because I was in a college class, oh my gosh, almost 10 years ago, talking about Harry Potter. And so I keep these books down there because I am not like J.K. Rowling. I don't think I'm a person like her. That's going to be the same for the Deathly Hallows book. I'm going to put it down below. So these 3 books, like I said, I didn't really like, so they're going down below. The Pendragon books are kind of a non-negotiable for me to stay on this shelf. That's my all-time favorite series. I've reread this series the most out of any other series ever, so this is staying, along with the 8th book. So we have The Love of My Life and The Gatekeeper. These were books that my husband got for me. I do like them, but they're really outside my main genres of reading, so I'm going to put them down below. We Were Liars and Family of Liars, I did like. Again, I don't think they're as representative of me as some of the other books, so these are going down below. I feel like once I've read all of the Inheritance games, I would put these books up here, but I don't just want to put a single one when I have so many completed series that I love, so this is going down below. So some of the for sure ones that are staying are going to be Legendborn and Bloodmarked. I really liked the first book. The second book I didn't like as much, but I'm really excited for the third book. I feel like this is good because I like fantasy YA books, so I feel like this is a good representation of me. I'm also keeping Blood Like Magic and Blood Like Fate. I think the genre of this was so unique. The covers are what sucked me in, but I stayed because I loved this. And I want to read Lizelle Samberry's book, Delicious Monsters. So she is an author that I really like, so I want to keep her books up here. So I have these 3 John Green books. Like I said, Abundance of Catherine revealed kind of how John Green has used problematic language in the past. I just don't want to have his books on my shelf, so they're going below. So this book, Waiting for You, I remember it being good. I read it so long ago, though, so I'm going to put it down below because I have way more recent reads. On Honeymooners by Christina Lauren is still my favorite contemporary romance book to date. That's staying. I know people have mixed feelings on this book. I really loved this book. I'm a huge fan of the Ugly series. I'm listening to Imposters right now. These are staying for sure. And then lastly, all my Holly Jackson books. I'm a huge fan of hers. I want to get Killjoy in a physical version too. I really want to just have all of her physical books. I love her writing style. I'm engaged, and I feel like this is a non-negotiable for me. Okay, we're adding another non-negotiable to the list, The Hunger Games. I feel like that's self-explanatory. Okay, I feel like I want to do these non-negotiables, organize these first between these 2 shelves, see, I want to make sure to highlight some of the beautiful covers that I have, keeping the series together. So we're going to do the non-negotiables first and then see what else I want to bring over. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about one of my non-negotiables, How to Excavate a Heart. One of my favorite reads of last year. I still think about this book. Definitely want that up there. Okay, I feel like this is a good start. On Honeymooners, I want down here, I think on like a stack of other romance books that I really like. So that's kind of the plan. So let's pick out some romance books that I want to keep on here. Okay, so here's the stack that I'm thinking of putting the Honeymooners on. So we have Love and Other Words, which is also by Christina Lauren, Beach Read, People We Meet on Vacation, and Book Lovers by Emily Henry, Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I do plan on buying Things We Hide from the Light and the third one this year, but I need to rack up some book buying credits. And then Red, White, and Royal Blue. It's too high of a stack, so I feel like I gotta get rid of one. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna stack the 2 Christina Lauren books like this. All right, I want to keep The Nazis Knew My Name in there. I was a history teacher. I really do like nonfiction books like this. I plan on reading some more next year, not as much this year. So I definitely want to keep this on here. This was also a very beautiful book. Highly recommend it. Okay, I think this second shelf here is done. I kind of want to add some more decorations or like lights in the future, but I can't do everything right now. So I squeezed in By the Book because that was also a romance book that I really like, and I love Jasmine Guillory. So these 4 books I've read recently and I really like all of them. The Housemaid and The Housemaid Secret, so this duology is pretty much done. And then we have Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hates. There's 2 more books after this. So this shelf is definitely going to change once I finish those, because I do want to show these off. The Tree of Knowledge will also always have a special place in my heart, so I'm going to put it on the shelf. 100 Other Girls and They'll Never Catch Us were both pretty good books, but I want to move them down to the lower shelf. I just don't think there's going to be... We're getting down to the hard part where it's like my favorite series that I feel like really define me. So I'm having a little issue. Okay, I want to put all of Victoria Aveyard's books on the shelf. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. Now we just have like this space over here. I don't know what books I want to put here. Archer's Voice and Every Summer After. I liked these, but I think I'm going to put them on the bottom shelf because I have not a lot of space left. Okay, so I think what I want to do with my own book is I'm thinking of just putting it sideways like that. That's what I'm thinking, so I still have it on my shelf. Hypothesis and the first 3 Percy Jackson. I just don't think I have the room. This is getting so hard. But now I have to find another shelf for books that I've read because this is full, at least the way it's designed right now. So I have to find another place to put these, so we'll get a new shelf. Okay, I think for this standalone, The Silent Patient, which I really, really liked, I think I'm going to put it right there. So I'm envisioning a series here and then redoing this so that a series can fit down here. The series that I have to choose between from, oh my gosh. The series I have to choose between from are the Divergent series, the Twilight series, the Selection series, and the Match series. I just don't think I'm going to put the hardcovers of my Victoria Aveyard books up here, so we're between those 4 series. I like how the shelf is looking so far. Whew, man, but I'm gonna have to go sit for a minute and think what books I really want to put on there. Especially knowing that I want to put the rest of the Magnolia Parks books on this shelf. So whatever I put on that bottom shelf, I'm probably just gonna move it. Or I'm gonna have to move something. Okay, I think I have a decision. I think the Twilight books are gonna go right up here. Can't forget about Life and Death. So then we just have this space down here. Just as a reminder, we're not gonna put these on this shelf. They're gonna go in my other already read shelf. I think Divergent's been a fun time, but the way Allegiant makes me feel, I can't put it on the shelf. This is what I want to do, but I can't do that. Okay, we're moving by the book up here because I feel like I can still make the space work with that book up there. So between these 2, which ones would I keep? I'd probably keep these. I'll leave it like that. I really want to keep the Tree of Knowledge somewhere. And sometimes I do use a book as a reference to zoom in videos if I'm too far zoomed out. So I think I am actually going to at least put the Tree of Knowledge up here as kind of that like zoom in, zoom out video. I know you can't see it, but it's up here. I still want to keep this wedding picture on the shelf there. My Disney ears I don't need there. I just wanted to add something for decoration, but now that I have more books, I think this is what we're going to go with. Okay, so here's the final product. I'm excited to move these as the months go along and, you know, be able to redesign these. I'm excited to redesign that as I finish some of these books. We have one last task to do. We get to assign a new shelf today. Very exciting. So all of these books I've read, and they don't fit down there anymore. So now I have to move these somewhere. So let me show you the options that I gotta kind of talk out before I decide. Here's the first one. We have 2 shelves down here that don't have anything. We got all of these wooden shelves for free off of Facebook Marketplace, and the place I was earlier with my signed copy of Light Lark, there's also quite a bit of space on there, so let me show you. So these are the other shelves. As you can see, there is space on them. You know what, at least with the books that I plan on putting on a shelf, like Divergent and the hardcover glass swords, I still might make content with them, so I don't want to put them all the way over there. So I think I am going to make the little lower shelf I showed you earlier my new like extended red shelf. Okay, so there's the new little shelf with the overflow books that I've read. I just don't know what to do with these boxes. I think I'm probably just gonna throw them out since I have the books all displayed up there. So we'll take those to the garbage, but new shelves behind me. I looked at the camera before setting up this clip and I like the little bit of change that's there. Makes me feel, you know, re-excited, kind of like a goal, you know, as I keep reading that I can look forward to the reorganization, and it's just another creative outlet that I really appreciate. So I'm excited. Let me know if you think I should change the vinyl colors, because these definitely give off a very winter vibe to me. Let me know if you think I should change them for spring, and then keep an eye out for any new videos. If there's any books that you want to see that are now gone away that you want me to talk about, definitely let me know. But thanks for watching.